Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch Advanced. The 1980 season is on the air. Today's date is May 9th, 1980. We are at Fenway Park for an American League matchup between the Kansas City Royals and the Boston Red Sox. The Royals come into this game a record of 16-8. The Royals were very good in 1980, so far the season is going along for them as it should. The Boston Red Sox, they are 10-14, only 4 games under 500, long way to go. Still playing very competitive baseball this season. And we got a good matchup here at Fenway Park. Our first look at these two teams for the 1980 season. And we hopefully will have a good matchup, a pretty good matchup tonight. At least I definitely hope so. The Royals historically won this game 6-5. They had 10 hits and an error. The Red Sox had 13 hits and 3 errors. But everyone knows here that Inside Pitch Advanced has a mind of its own, and we will see what happens tonight. So, without further ado, it is time to play some baseball here at Fenway Park. Starting pitcher for the Boston Red Sox tonight is Bob Stanley. More relief pitcher, but he actually had 17 starts. 10 wins, 8 losses, 14 saves that year. He had a 3.39 ERA. We are at Fenway Park. This park is actually pretty neutral. Pretty neutral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. May favor hitters a little bit. No chance to rob over the green monster. A little bit of a chance hit the center field. A good chance on robbing a home run if hit to right. But that only happens on a 1 on a home run check. So we will see what happens if that occurs here. Dave 09, GLA, Jeremy Brooks, and Philip Reynolds are first to join us here at Fenway Park. So, a good matchup tonight. The Royals and the Red Sox. What will happen tonight? Let's get to the top of the first. Leading off for the Royals, left fielder Willie Wilson. Center fielder Willie Wilson. He's in center tonight. 326 average, 3 homers, 49 RBIs, and 80. We're going to use blue, white, and red dice. Red Sox are the home team. Good matchup here. Should be exciting. And no, Wade Boggs is not on the Red Sox. This is 1980. He would come a little later. Stanley sets up in there. The fans at Fenway Park ready to play. Let's roll. Stanley, 7-3, strikeout. He'll get him on a 5. Fenway Park only adds 1 to walks. And that is going to be a strikeout on Wilson. The first K for Stanley. He had 71 of them in 80. Next batter is the left fielder, Hal McRae. McRae was usually the DH for Kansas City. They actually have him playing left field today. And he was not, he was horrible. Stanley, 1-4. Range play 14. That's an 11. It'll be a range play. McRae, 2-7. That's a double to left field, but it's a range play for Captain Carl. His range is a 3, and he's got it. 2 outs. Nice play by Carl Yastrzemski, and he will make a play out and left, and there's 2 away. Next batter is the third baseman, Hall of Famer, and of course, one of the greatest of all time, George Brett. 390 average, 24 homers, 118 RBIs. Some people say George Brett is actually better than Mike Schmidt. I know you can take your pick. You really can't go wrong with either one. But I still say Mike Schmidt is the greatest third baseman in baseball history. Stanley, 5-6, strikeout, no. Brett, a 7-3. And that is going to be a base hit to right field. Brett will get a single. And he will hold it first. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Darrell Porter. I don't know why they used Porter as a DH in this game, but they did. Normally a catcher, but he's DHing. 249 average, 7 homers, 51 RBIs in 80. Strategy roll for Brett. He had 15 steals, and he is not going. Stanley, 1-4. Range play 14. That's a 17, not a range play. Porter, 1-5. Base hit past third. That'll be a single. Brett, I don't think even with a base running rating of 7 that he'll get to third base, and he won't. He will hold at second. So Porter will get to first on a single and move the runners over. And now the first baseman, Willie Aikens, 278 average, 20 homers, 98 RBIs. Of course, the Royals played in the 1980 World Series against the Phillies. Sports Time Machine, Utah Mike joins us here at Fenway Park. Nothing on Strat. Stanley, 8-5, error on a foul or grounder at the park. Fenway Park, 3-5, and that's going to be a double into center field. The Royals are going to get on the board first. That's going to be a double to center. Brett will come in to score. Now it's hit to center field. Center fielder is Jim Dwyer. His error rating is a 7, and that is going to be, I believe that is going to be an error on an EFG, and no, there is no errors on left, center, or right on an EFG. So it's not going to be an error automatic. So it will not be an error on EFG. Good thing I checked. So now the question, so it's a double to center. The question is, does it score Porter? Porter, 8-5, and he will, that's going to be a play. So Porter will round third, heading for home. Aikens will be at second base. That is an 18. Center fielder for Boston is Dwyer. His assist rating is an A, and that is an 18, and he's got him. He's out, and the inning will end there. A throw by Jim Dwyer as you go to the play chart, and that is an 18. His assist rating on Jim Dwyer is an A. And you check here, and a 3-20 is an out. And he's going to get Porter at the plate. And that's actually going to retire the side. So Brett score. Porter thrown out at the plate. Aikens gets credit for a double. But that is going to end the inning. 1 run on 3 hits as Porter sent home. And the Red Sox have a 1-0 lead going in the bottom of the first. A hell of a throw by Jim Dwyer in center field to prevent an extra run scoring. Ben Witz joins us here at Fenway Park. I've been asking about you. I haven't seen you in a few days. I've missed you, bro. Hope everything is okay. We go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Kansas City Royals tonight is Dennis Leonard. Had a very good year in 80. 20 wins, 11 losses, a 3.79 ERA. And he gets the call tonight for the Royals. Leading off for the Red Sox, second baseman, Jerry Remy. The Rem Dog, 3.13 average, no homers, 9 RBIs in 80. Going to take a timeout for personal reasons. Okay, just hoping you're okay. I hope it wasn't something I said. Leonard will go ahead and pitch. Leonard, 7-2, walk, 11 is too high. Remy, 6-1, and against the righty, it's a base hit. He'll hit one past short, and Remy gets the leadoff single for the Red Sox. Here's the shortstop, Rick Burleson, 278 average, 8 homers, 51 RBIs. Remy on at first, infield a double play, and nothing on the ninth. Well, Burleson gets the bunt sign, but he's not bunting here. Leonard will go ahead and pitch. Leonard, 2-5, and error on a throw. Burleson, 5-2, and that's going to be a line drive right to short. That's out number 1. Question is Remy doubled off? And that is a 2. So let's check the line-out chart. So it's hit to short. A 1 to 3, he would be doubled off. That is a 2, and he is doubled off, but there is an error on a throw. Let's see if there's an error on the shortstop, and that is Washington. His error rating is a 10. That's a 3, and he's going to make a throwing error on trying to pick him off. So now we'll so it is a line, and it's a throwing error on the line out. Throwing error on the line out, so error on a throw. And let's see here. That's a 7. And ball, let's see. No error chance if no runners on. Otherwise, one base error attempting to double the double play. So it would have been a double play. So Remy's going to go to second on the error. And that's how it's going to be. So it's a line out to short, but it's an E6 as well, which allows Remy to get to second. That's the first error on the Royals. They did have an error in the game historically. Don't worry, they're coming. Don't worry, Dave. The Brewers are coming. Don't worry. Don't worry. They are coming. You will see them soon. They're coming. Remember, I haven't gotten through the block yet. So 1 out, but Remy goes to second on the error. And now that will bring up the left fielder, Captain Carl Yastrzemski, Hall of Famer. And I think one of the greatest of all time. 275 average, 15 homers, 50 RBIs in 80. Strategy roll for Remy, and he'll stay put. Leonard, 7-8, walk. 13 is just going to miss. Yaz, 5-8 at the ground ball to short. That'll get picked up by Washington. Washington will throw to first for the out, and Remy, he will get to third. So Remy gets the third, 2 men down. And now, on a ground out to short. And now that'll bring up the designated hitter, Jim Rice, Hall of Famer. Absolutely. And I think Jim Rice is one of the greatest of all time. 294 average, 24 homers, 86 RBIs. I don't think anybody have a problem if I say that Jim Rice was one of the greatest of all time. As Astros Rafer now joins us here at Fenway Park. Strategy roll, Remy stays put. Leonard, 1-4, strikeout. He'll get Rice, and that will end the inning. First strikeout for Leonard. He had 155 of them, and they'll strand a runner at first. No runs and a hit and an error. And we, at the end of 1, the Royals have a 1-0 lead. I know Jim Rice was definitely loved by so many as a ball player. Top of the second, leading off for the Royals is the catcher, John Wathan. 305 average, 6 homers, 58 RBIs. That is a very that's one of his better, better years for John Wathan. Stanley, 2-8 against a righty, strikeout. That just missed. Wathan, 6-7, and it's a grounder right back to the pitcher. Stanley will get that. And over to first it goes, 1 out. Here's Hurdle, or here's Clint. Next batter is Clint Hurdle. He is in right field for the game. 294 average, 10 homers, 60 RBIs that season. Stanley, 7-2. That's an automatic out. It's going to be a grounder to second base. An easy play for Remy. And Remy throws it over for out number 2. And now the second baseman, Frank White, 264 average, 7 homers, 60 RBI. 2 men down, top of the second, 1-0 Royals already. Stanley, 8-4, that is a blank. White, 7-4, that's a base hit. White will get a single past second to keep the inning going. So single for him. And now the shortstop, UL Washington, 273 average, 6 homers, 53 RBIs. Underwriters Laboratories, Washington. Strategy roll for White. He stays where he is. Stanley, 6-3. It's a blank. Washington, 3-2. Against a righty. It's a grounder to third. That'll get picked up by Butch Hobson. He's going to throw to first to get Washington. And that retires the side. No runs and a hit for the Royals. And we go to the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Red Sox, the first baseman, Hall of Famer, Tony Perez. You know, I keep on forgetting that Perez actually did play for the Red Sox. .275 average, 25 homers, 105 RBIs in 1980. Leonard, 1-1 blank. Perez, 4-3, and that's a base hit. He'll hit that one past first. Leadoff single for the Bo Sox. Perez heads to first base. And now the third baseman, Butch Hobson, .228 average, 11 homers, 39 RBIs in 80. Infield a double play. Perez really not a threat to do anything, and he won't. Leonard, 6-6, wild pitch. 17, wow, that just missed. A 1-11 would have been a wild pitch. A 12-15 would have been a possible pass ball. Hobson, a 2-8, and it's a base hit to right field. That'll be a single. Single to right. Will Perez make third? And Perez a 5-2 on a single to right and holds if the arm is 2-7. Right fielder is Hurdle. His arm rating is a 2, and Perez will hold at second base. So Hurdle actually gets that ball in, and Perez will stop there. But runners in first and second, no one out. And now the center fielder, Jim Washer and Dwyer, .285 average, 9 homers, 38 RBIs in 80. No one out, bottom of the second. Red Sox are threatening. Strategy, nothing on the 18. Dwyer gets a hit and run, but not with a man on second. Leonard, 8-6 blank. Dwyer, 1-3. That's a fly ball to center field. Willie Wilson will get to it. He'll put it away for the out. Tony Perez has a base running rating of 1, and I'm not even going to roll to see if he goes to third. Well, I really should roll anyway, but I doubt it he goes. It can happen, though. 1-4, and no. He would have to be advances if he's 4-7. Perez will stay put. And that is the first out. Next batter is the right fielder, Dwight Dewey Evans. Some people think he belongs in the Hall of Fame. You can make an argument, but I have no problem definitely in the Hall of the Very Good. Cutter Historical joins us here at Fenway Park. Why are you mad at us, bro? So we got Dante Bichette. Come on, really? What? Forget about the Mets, Cutter. Why don't you just look at what the Dodgers have done already the last few years? Forget the Mets. You got Bichette. Oh, well, big deal. The Dodgers got Kyle Tucker. Come on. You're mad at us? Be mad at them. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 14. Leonard, 4-5. Error on a booted ball. Evans, 7-1. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball to center field. Willie Wilson's going to get that. That's going to be out number 2. Does Perez try to take third again? 1-2, and no. Advances if he has to be a base running rating of 2 to advance, and he's only a 1, so he stays put, 2 down. And now that'll bring up the catcher, Dave Rader. Rader's catching tonight. Fisk is on the bench, though. .328 average, 3 homers, 17 RBIs in 80. That's really not bad for 50 games. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 17. Leonard, 3-5. That's a pitcher result. That's a 4. And against the lefty, that is a possible home run. That is a possible home run. Against the righty, Rader needs a 6. No adjustment. I have to roll the D20 again. So a 1-6, Rader puts the Red Sox ahead. No. Rader, 5-6. And instead, he's going to go ahead and ground it to short. That'll be handled by Washington. Washington's got it. And he's actually going to touch second base and force out Hobson, and the inning is over. No runs, 2 hits for the Red Sox. They had runners at first and second with nobody out, and they can't get anybody across the plate. And that's at the end of 2. Cutter Historical, mad that I got Bo Bichette, and you should be mad at the Dodgers for all the work they're doing. Kyle Tucker now on the Dodgers. Just forget the regular season. Just give him the trophy again. Jeez. Top of the third. And Hal McRae leads off for the Royals. He's 0 for 1. Stanley can pitch to 29 batters, and Leonard can pitch to 32. Stanley will deal. Stanley, 4-6. It's a blank. McRae, 1-7. That's a fly to center field. That'll be handled by Dwyer. And that is the first out. Next batter is Brett. Brett is 1 for 1 with a base hit. Midlife Crisis joins us here at Fenway Park. How long till Bichette regrets his decision? Oh, I'll say spring training. Stanley, 6-6. Strikeout 6. That will be too high. Brett, 8-5. And that's powered into right field. That's a 4. And that's going to be a single against the righty. So Brett will get another hit. That's his second hit of the ball game. And now the batter is Porter. Porter got a single his first time up. 3 years, $124 million. A little bit high, mate. A little bit high. But the Mets had to make some sort of a power signing in free agency this year because they didn't. Bo Bichette is right now the only power free agent signing they did after losing Alonso, after losing Diaz, after losing McNeil, after losing Nimmo. Come on. Give me a break. Infielder double play. Strategy roll. Brett is not going anywhere. Stanley, 6-6. Strikeout. He'll get Porter. Struck him out. That is the second strikeout for Stanley. 2 down. And now here's Akins. Akins got a double his first time up. Brett on it first, and he will stay at first. Stanley, 3-4. Pickoff attempt. That's a 9, and that's going to be a pickoff error. Stanley, of 9, that's going to be a pickoff error. That's going to allow Brett to go to second, and that is going to be the first error on the Red Sox. So a E1 allows him to go. First error on the Red Sox. They had 3 errors in this game historically. I'll re-roll the strat. And nothing on the 2, and Brett will stay where he is. Stanley will go ahead and pitch. Stanley, 6-6, strikeout. Got Akins, and the inning is over. Third strikeout for Stanley. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 error. But the Royals can't take advantage of it, and we'll go to the bottom of the third. D. Scott Howard, the Goat Whisperer, joins us here at Fenway Park. We'll have Lindor at shortstop, a decent guy at third. Did you need him in the in? Well, now he's going to play third base. Bo Bichette's going to play third. They're probably going to move Vientos to first, unless we make another signing somewhere else. Top of the order for the Red Sox. Here's Jerry Remy. He got a base hit his first time up. Royals lead 1-0, bottom of the third. Leonard, 4-1 against the lefty. Walk. And that's ball 4. Leonard don't like the call, but he's going to have to live with it. Remy is a 5 against righties. +1 is a 6. That is a 6. And Remy will go to first. That is the first walk by Leonard. He had 75 of them in 80. And now here's Burleson. Burleson is 0 for 1. Infield a double play. Remy had 14 stolen bases, and he does get the jump. 14 + 1 is 15. Watson +1 is 16. I'm going to send him. Remy on his way to second. A 1-16, he is safe. And of course, he's out with a 17. So Jimmy Remy is caught stealing at second base as John Watson got up from his perch and throws Remy out at second base. The evil D20 strikes again. 1 out. A 1-15 +1 is a 16, and of course I roll a 17. Not surprising. So now 1 out and nobody on, and Burleson the batter. Leonard, 4-3. That's an automatic out, and it will be a fly to center field, and Willie Wilson will get to it for out number 2. And now Yaz is 0 for 1. The lovely Barbara joins us here at Fenway Park, and Brian B. as well. Leonard will go ahead and pitch. Leonard, 5-3, strikeout 8. Nope, that just missed. Yes, 3-1, and that's a fly to right. That'll be handled by Clint Hurdle. He'll make the catch and retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. There was a walk. And then a caught stealing at second base. 1-0 Royals after 3. We go to the top of the 4th. And it will be John Watson leading off for KC. He's 0 for 1. Good game here in the month of May. The Royals and the Red Sox. Stanley, 4-2. Walk. 7 is ball 4. He will walk Watson. Stanley gives up a walk. That is only the first walk given up by Bob Stanley. He only had 44 of them in 80. Batter now is Hurdle. And Hurdle is 0 for 1. Infield set for double play. Strategy, and that is a 7. Nothing happening there. Stanley deals. Stanley, 8-1. It's a blank. Hurdle, 8-1. And against the righty, it's a fly ball to center. And that's going to be Dwyer getting to that. And that's the first out. Here's White. White is 1 for 1. Singled his first time up. Strategy for Watson. He'll stay put. White gets the bunt sign, but he'll swing. Stanley, 5-3. That's a pitcher result against a righty. That is a 9, and that is going to be an automatic out, and it's going to be a ground ball. And he said to utilize the number here for this case, so I don't have to re-roll. So he says that is a 9. That's going to be an automatic out, and a 9 is going to be a grounder to second base. Let's see if they turn a double play. So a grounder to second, and that is a 14, plus 1 is a 15. Ground ball to second, grounder to second, add 1 is a 16. White is a 12 plus. Don't have to go any further than that. That is going to be a 4-6-3 double play, and the inning is over. Nothing across except the walk. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Double plays are actually very easy now, even easier than before. And you don't have to worry about pivot ratings. Just where the ball was hit to. Leading off for the Bo Sox, Jim Rice. Rice is 0 for 1. Royals lead 1-0 here so far in a pitcher's duel. Leonard, 4-2. Wild pitch, it's a blank. Rice, 7-1. Ground out to short, easily handled by Washington. And he'll throw it over to first. Next batter is Perez. Perez got a single his first time up. Leonard with the deal. Leonard, 2-7. Possible home run against a righty. Perez needs a 17. No adjustment. That's a 4. And that's gone. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. And that ball is gone. Home run, Tony Perez. Stadium cheers. Yay! Solo bomb by Tony Perez. A 2-7 straight up home run chance. Has a 17 against righties. No adjustment from Leonard. And that ball is out of there. We're tied at 1. Here's Hobson. So did I. Also forgot Perez was a Red Sox. Perez has got a base hit his first time up. Hobson, I should say. Leonard will deal. Leonard, 6-4 against a righty. Strikeout. Got him. And that is going to be the second strikeout for Denny Leonard. 2 down. And that'll bring up Dwyer. Dwyer's 0 for 1. Leonard, he will go ahead and pitch. Leonard, 1-2 against the lefty, walk, and against the righty, that will be ball 4. He will walk Dwyer. So the Red Sox keep the inning going, and that is the second walk given up by Leonard. It'll bring up Dewey Evans, and he's 0 for 1. Well, I hope you sent those demons back where they came from there, Ben. Dwyer on at first. Strategy. Nothing on the 18. Leonard will pitch to Dewey. Leonard, 5-1. Wild pitch. No, it's a blank. Evans, 3-4, and with no runners in scoring position, that is a base hit to left. But Leonard is going to get a chance. A 1-9, he turns that into an out. That's a 13. He won't do it. It will be a base hit to left field. Does Dwyer take third? Dwyer, 5-5, and he holds if the runner is 5-7. Left fielder is McCray. His arm rating is a 1. Dwyer will easily get third base. So a single for Evans. And now runners in the corners with 2 outs. And here's Raider. Raider of the Lost Ark. He's 0 for 1. 2 men down, bottom of the 4th. A 1-1 tie here. Red Sox are threatening. Dwyer on at third, Evans on at first. Strategy, nothing on the 6th. Leonard will settle in and he will pitch. Leonard, 2-6, strikeout, swing and a miss, struck him out, and that will retire the side. Third strikeout for Leonard. 1 run on 1 hit and a walk. A solo bomb by Tony Perez. Tied at 1 after 4. No, Brian B., you spelled Tom Seaver wrong. Sorry. We go to the 5th, and yes, we did miss you, Ben. I did ask. People in the chat will confirm that I did ask about you. Top of the 5th inning, and UL Washington leads off for the Royals. He's 0 for 1. Stanley will deal. Stanley, 1-1. It's a blank. Washington, 1-4. Base hit right past the pitcher. That'll be a single for Washington. He'll get the first. Next batter is Wilson. Wilson is 0 for 2. There are a lot of guys I do miss in the chat that don't show up all the time. And I'm doing a Red Sox game. A little bit surprised that maybe Salvador America is not able to join me or something. But then again, not everybody knows what teams I'm playing until they actually look at the schedule I'm doing. Infield set for double play. Strategy. Nothing on the 15. Wilson, does get the hit and run. That's actually not a bad idea. Wilson gets the hit and run call. He's not a home run hitter. That's not a bad idea. Hit and run is on. Hit and run, 1-6, strikeout, 19, no. Wilson at 1-5, and that's a ground out. That's a grounder to second base. Now the hit and run is on. That's a ground ball to second. That is a 15. On a hit and run, you turn that, you subtract 10. So that becomes a 5. Becomes a 5. Plus 1 is a 6. And it was hit to second base. Has hit the second base, so you add 1, which makes it a 7. So that is a 7, and you add 3 to the base running rating of the runner. So that's a 7. Washington is going to be a 7. That is going to be a play at first base. Washington, because of a hit and run, Washington gets to second. The throw goes to first for out number 1. The hit and run does move Washington over on a grounder to short. I'm pretty sure I did that right. And now the batter is McCray. McCray is 0 for 2. One out here. No more double play chance. Stanley will go ahead. Strategy roll again. And Washington stays put. Stanley will deal. Stanley. 1-5 against the righty. Strikeout. He got McCray. And that is the 4th strikeout for Stanley. And 2 down. And now here's Mr. Brett. And Brett is 2 for 2. 2 singles. And scored the only Royal run. Strategy. Nothing on the 7. Washington stays put. Stanley deals. Stanley. 6-3. It's a blank. Brett. 1-2. Infield single to first base. Washington will hold at third. Slow roller to first. And that is picked up there by Perez. He has no chance to get Brett. Washington will move to third base and stay there. So Brett gets his third hit of the night. And now a chance for Porter. Porter 1 for 2. At least I wish I got 10, 11 hours of sleep every night, though, sometimes. Stanley will deal. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Stanley in a jam here in the top of the fifth. Tied at 1. Stanley, 6-1. Range play, 13. That's a 12. It's a range play. Porter, 2-5. That's a fly ball to left field. That's going after that is Yastrzemski. His range is a 3, and he can't get it. And that's going to be a base hit. That's going to be a single into left. That will be a single into left field. That will score Washington. Because it was a range play, he had to make a play. So that'll score Washington. We'll see if Brett gets the third. 7-4. 7-4. And advances if the ball is hit the right field. It wasn't. It was hit the left. So Brett holds at second. Porter to first. It's 2-1 Royals. Stadium groans. So run comes in, an RBI single by Porter. And the batter now is Akins. Akins is 1 for 2 with a double. Brett on at second, Porter on at first. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 2. Brett will stay where he is. Stanley will pitch. Stanley, 2-1. Possible home run against the righty. Wait, Akins needs a 15. No adjustment. That's a 10. And that is gone. Kaboom! That ball is hit pretty high. That ball is hit pretty deep. And that ball is hit pretty gone. Home run, Willie Akins. Stadium groans. 3-run bomb by Willie Akins. The Royals now have a 5-1 lead on the Red Sox. As Stanley went ahead and pitched him an absolute meatball, and Akins turned that into lasagna. The next batter is Wathan, and Wathan is 0 for 1 with a walk. Royals now have a 5-1 lead here in the fifth. Stanley will go ahead and pitch. Stanley, 8-4, blank. Wathan, 5-1. That's a fly to left field. Yaz is going to go ahead and get to it. He'll make the catch and retire the side. If only Yaz could make a range play, it would have kept the inning where it is. But 4 runs on 4 hits, a 3-run bomb by Willie Akins. And we go to the bottom of the fifth. Top of the order for the Bo Sox. Here's Jerry Remy. Remy 1 for 1, singled and walked. 5-1 Royals. Leonard with the deal. 3-4 against the lefty. It's blank. Remy 7-4, and against the righty, it's a base hit. That'll be hit past short, and Remy will get his second single of the game. So he'll hold at first, and it will bring up Burleson. Burleson is 0 for 2. Infield set for double play. Strategy rolls are still on, and that is a 13, nothing happening. Remy on at first. Leonard will deal. Leonard, 1-4, strikeout, got him. He gets Burleson. That's the 4th strikeout for Denny Leonard. And now here's Yaz. Yaz is 0 for 2. Remy on it first. Strategy, nothing on the 18. Leonard will deal. Leonard, 2-2. Error on a booted ball. Yaz, 3-6. And nope, that's going to be a fly ball to right field. And going after that will be Hurdle. He'll make the catch for the second out. And now here's Rice. Rice is 0 for 2. 2 outs. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Leonard will deal. Leonard, 7-8. That's a walk. That'll be ball 4. He walked Rice. So he walks Jim Rice, but just barely. But that was not a good pitch. A little outside. That is the third walk for Leonard. And will now bring up Perez. Perez having a good night. 2 for 2. A single and a bomb. 2 men out. Runners at first and second. Strategy. Nothing on the 12. Leonard will go ahead and deal. Leonard, 5-5. It's a blank. Perez, 7-5. And that is a ground ball to second base. That'll get picked up by White, and he's going to throw to first to get Perez. And that'll do the inning. No runs, a hit, and a walk. 5-1 Royals after 5. This might be the last year we get baseball. You know what? You could be right there, Brian B., although I'm going to doubt it. I don't think the owners want to lose that much money. You may be right, but I'm going to doubt it. And then again, guys, if we don't have baseball next year and on regular TV, I can promise you, if we won't have baseball next year on regular TV, there will still be baseball on RJL Network. And I hope you guys will appreciate baseball here on RJL Network with two seasons in 2027, as well as the 2 seasons we have in 2026. Top of the 6th inning, Royals lead 5-1. And Clint Hurdle leads off for the Royals. He's 0 for 2. This baseball is better on here anyway. Stanley will deal. Stanley, 4-1, blank. Hurdle, 2-8, and that's a double. Hurdle hits one into right field. That'll be a double to right. Leadoff double for the Royals. It'll now bring up White. Stanley getting close to getting tired. Bullpen for the Red Sox is beginning to go. White is 1 for 2 with a single. Hurdle on at second. Strategy rolls are still active and nothing happening. White gets the sacrifice, gets a bunt chance. He says, what are you talking about? He's got a 4-run lead. I'm swinging away. Stanley, 3-5. Strikeout. No. White, a 7-8. And that's a ground ball to third. That'll get picked up by Hobson. Throw goes to first for the out. And Hurdle, he'll stay at first. Sorry, stay at second, I should say. Here's Washington. Washington is 1 for 2. He has a single. You got to pull out your 1988-78 season into this game and play a game. That sounds pretty good. Hurdle on at second. Remember, I believe 1964 and 2025 are the next seasons due for inside pitch advanced. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Stanley, 3-6, and that is against a switch left. Walk, and that will be ball 4. He walked Washington. So Stanley gives up a walk to Washington. That is his second walk. And now here's Wilson. Wilson is 0 for 3. Don't know the ETA yet, but should be soon. 1964, that should be coming out very shortly. 2025, he already has the player listing. He's got to get that. He's got to get that worked out yet for 2025. That season's going to take him a little bit. There's a lot of players in that year. Stanley will go ahead and strategy roll first, and nothing on the 10. Stanley will deal. Stanley, 4-5 against the switch left. Walk, and that's ball 4. He walked, the bases loaded. I think that might be it for Stanley. He walks, the bases loaded. That is the third walk for Stanley, and the batter is McRae. And McRae is 0 for 3. So I let Stanley pitch to him. He will be tired after McRae. I'm going to. I'll let him pitch. Bases loaded to even get out of the jam. Infield is in to try to prevent any runs from scoring, so the infield in chart will be active. We'll see what happens. Strategy roll and nothing on the 11. Stanley will pitch. Stanley, 1-7, strikeout, no. McCray, 5-3, and McCray's going to come through big time, and that's going to be a double into center field. Hurdle will score. Washington will score. Wilson, double to center. And that is a 5-5, double 5-5, double to center, holds if arm rating is 5-7. Center fielder's Dwyer arm rating is a 2, and Wilson will score. McCray clears the bases on a 3 RBI double. It's 8-1 Royals. Stadium groans. 3 RBI double by Hal McCray makes it 8-1, and that will be it for Stanley, as George Brett is the next batter, and Stanley is done. So he will leave with the W, and maybe I should have yanked him, leave with the L. So we'll see a new pitcher, and we got some lefties coming up, so we'll see a lefty pitcher, I think, for the Red Sox. And let's see. You're down by 7 runs. You're not going to use Bergmeyer. So coming on to pitch for the Red Sox in relief is going to be a 22-year-old Bruce Hurst. 2 wins, 2 losses, no saves, a 9.10 ERA, though. But Bruce Hurst is really there just to pitch to the lefties. And you're already down 8-1, so it really may not matter. So a young Bruce Hurst will pitch to McCray, pitch to Brett. And there's still only one, actually needs 2 outs. So there's only 1 out. Only 1 out yet. Only 1 out here. Is it tougher to rig D8 or D6? So McCray on second base. 1 out here, top of the 6th. 8-1 Royals. Strategy rolls are now off. Hurst, 4-4. That's going to be an automatic out, and it will be that's a 7. And that is going to be a fly to left field. That'll be caught by Yaz for out number 2. So Brett is done. And now the batter is Porter. And McCray is not going to try to go to third. I'm going to use now the 6-run option. Hurst will pitch to Porter. Strategy rolls are off. Porter, however, 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Hurst, 8-2. Strikeout. No, that will just miss. Porter, a 2-5, and it's a fly ball to left again. And Yaz is going to get to that as well. And that will retire the side. 3 runs on 2 hits, 2 walks, a 3 RBI double by Hal McCray. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Bruce first, I look at the Hurst. Butch Hobson leads off for the Bo Sox. He's 1 for 2 with a single. 8-1 Royals now. Leonard, 5-3, strikeout, and he'll get him. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That is the 5th strikeout for Denny Leonard. Next up is Dwyer. Dwyer is 0 for 1 with a walk. Leonard, 1-8, walk, and that will be ball 4. He walks Dwyer. So Dwyer will walk again. That is the 4th walk given up by Leonard. And the batter is Evans. Evans 1 for 2 with a single. 1 out here, bottom of the 6th, 8-1 Royals. Leonard, 1-2 against a righty, strikeout. Yes, he got him, struck him out. And that is the 6th strikeout for Leonard. Leonard could probably go on cruise control the rest of the game. Next batter is Raider of the Lost Ark. and he's 0 for 2. Dwyer on it first. The fans here at Fenway Park were enjoying a good game, but in the last 2 innings, Kansas City has put up 7 runs combined. Leonard, 8-5, error on a foul or ground ball at the park. Fenway Park, 2-3, and that's going to be that's going to be a base hit. I keep on forgetting on that. That's going to be a base hit, EFG, and that will be a single past first, and that's not going to be an error. That's on an S3, not a G3. So that is a base hit past first. Dwyer, with a speed rating of 4, becomes a 5. You will get the third. So Raider keeps the inning going on a single past first. And now a chance for the Rem Dog. Remy is 2 for 2, 2 singles and a walk. Leonard in the middle of a jam here. The Red Sox trying to get some runs back. Leonard looks up at Remy. He will pitch. Leonard, 3-1, strikeout, no. Remy, a 1-2, and it's a fly ball to center field. And Willie Wilson will get to it. He'll make the catch and retire the side. No runs, a hit, and a walk. And doesn't look like a good night for the BOS Sox tonight. Down 8-1 after 6. We go to the top of the 7th. Leading off for the Royals will be Willie Aikens. Aikens is 2 for 3, a double and a 3-run bomb. Hurst is going to stay out there and pitch. He can pitch to 3 more batters. Plus, he got 2 lefties coming up still. So Hurst is going to continue to pitch. Why not? So Hurst will pitch to Aikens. Hurst. A 2-3, walk, 11, and that is ball 4. He walked him. Aikens will trot to first on a walk. And here's Wathan. Wathan is 0 for 2 with a walk. Infield set for double play. Strategy rolls are off. Hurst, 2-8, error on a grounder. Wathan, 4-1. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball right back to the pitcher. But Hurst has an error rating of 0. So there's not going to be an error. The question is, are we going to have a double play? That's a 17. Wathan's a 9+. And let's see. Bruce Hurst adds 3 and hit to the pitcher -2. That's going to be a 1-6-3 double 1-6-3 double play. 17 is too high, and Wathan into a lot of them. So that's a 1-6-3 double play, 2 outs, as Bruce Hurst gets his favorite, the twin killing, and now the batter is Hurdle. Hurdle 1 for 3 with a double. Hurst will deal. Hurst, 1-8, strikeout, no. Hurdle, a 6-6, and it's a grounder to short, handled easily by Burleson. He'll throw to first and retire the side. Bruce Hurst had a 9.10 ERA in 1980, and all he gave up really was a walk against the 5 batters. But it's still 8-1 in favor of the Royals. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." I'll be right back. Don't forget, we got 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. Our next matchup will be tomorrow night. Saturday night. And we're going to Memorial Stadium for our first look at the Baltimore Orioles. They're going to be facing off against the Texas Rangers. John Matlack will be pitching for the Rangers, and Dave Ford will be pitching for the Orioles. So we'll get our first look at the Orioles this season. We've already seen the Rangers, but now I have to use some teams more than once or twice to make sure that I get everybody, to make sure I get everyone in there. So that'll be tomorrow night. The Rangers and the Orioles, that'll be at Memorial Stadium, and that will be on Inside Pitch Advanced. Bottom of the seventh, Royals lead 8-1. Rick Burleson leads off for the Bo Sox. He's 0 for 3. Dennis Leonard has pitched a gem. Leonard will deal. Leonard, 2-7. That is, however, a possible home run against the righty. Burleson needs a 3. No adjustment from Leonard. The 11 is going to be too high. Burleson, 5-3, and he did the deep fly ball to the Bermuda Triangle out there in center field. It's going to stay up there, and that'll be caught by Wilson, and that's out number 1. Next up is Captain Carl, and he's 0 for 3. Leonard will pitch. Leonard, 4-1 against the lefty. Walk. The 18 is too high. Yaz, 7-1. Double into right field. Yastrzemski will smack one into that corner gap, and Yaz will get his first hit of the game. Next batter is Rice. Rice is 0 for 2 with a walk. Infield set for double play. Rice hits into a lot of them. Yaz will go ahead. Oh, that's right. He's a double. He should be at second. Leonard will go ahead and pitch. Leonard, 6-2. It's a blank. Rice, 3-6. And it's a ground ball to short. That'll be handled by Washington. Throw goes to first for the out. And Yaz he'll go to third. So Yaz goes to third base on a ground out to short. And now there are 2 away, and the batter is Perez. Perez is 2 for 3 tonight, a single and a bomb. But the Red Sox need a little bit of help here. Leonard will go ahead. He will pitch. Leonard, 1-8, walk. 12 is too high. Perez, 4-3, and it's a base hit past first. The Red Sox will get a run. Yaz will come in to score. It's now 8-2. Stadium cheers. Yay. So an RBI single by Perez. Now Leonard is tired, but they say he can go. And he'll pitch to Hobson. Hobson is 1 for 3 with a single. Leonard gives up another run. I'll yank him. Still 2 outs here, bottom of the 7th, but now 8-2. Leonard will pitch. Leonard, 4-5. Error on a booted ball. Hobson, 2-6. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball to left field. And McRae is going to get over there, and he'll make the catch and end the inning. 1 run on 2 hits. The Red Sox do get 1 at least, but they're still down by 6 after 7. We go to the top of the 8th. Leading off for the Royals is Frank White. That'll be it for Bruce Hurst. He's coming out. They got right switch coming up. And it looks like they're going to bring on a righty here to pitch. And let's see what's going to be. And they're going to go with, let's see. Coming on to pitch for the Red Sox is going to be Dick Drago. 7 wins, 7 losses, 3 saves, a 4.14 ERA. Dick Drago will go ahead and pitch for the Red Sox. And he can pitch to 12. He'll probably finish out the game. So Dick Drago, he will come on to pitch. I know Drago, right? Dick Drago will pitch to White here. Top of the 8th, 8-2 Royals. Drago, 7-5. Error on a booted ball. White, 3-4, and that's a ground ball to short. That ball is at the Burleson. His error rating is a 7. That's a 12. He won't make an error. Burleson will make the play. And that is out number 1. Next up is Washington. Washington 1 for 2, singled and walked. Drago will deal. Drago, 5-8. That's an automatic out, and it will be a fly to center field. Easy catch there by Dwyer. And that's out number 2. Here's Wilson. Wilson is 0 for 3 with a walk. Drago deals. Drago, 6-1. That is a blank. Wilson, 4-3. And against the righty, it's another fly ball to center field. Once again, a play for Dwyer. He'll make the catch and retire the side. Nice job by Dick Drago. 1, 2, 3, go the Royals. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Leading off for the Red Sox is Jim Dwyer. He'll bat. Leonard is going to pitch. Leonard is going to pitch. He is tired, but he is going to pitch. He got a 6-run lead. I think you keep him out there. Leonard will deal with Dwyer. Dwyer is 0 for 1, but he's walked twice. Leonard, 3-1. That is a possible home run, not a strikeout, against the righty. Dwyer is a 15. That is a 0, but it's a 17. It's too high. Dwyer will not get a home run. That will get Leonard out, though. Dwyer, 2-5. It's a grounder to second base, and that's picked up by White. White throws the first for out number 1. Leonard pitched him a meatball, but Dwyer couldn't put the cheese on it. And that is out number 1, and that will be it for Leonard. So Leonard is done, and the Royals will go to the bullpen. Evans is up next. They'll go with a righty. And let's see who the Royals want to pitch. And let's see. It's really not a save situation for Quisenberry. So coming on to pitch for the Royals is going to be Marty Patton. 4 wins, 4 losses, 4 saves, a 3.64 ERA. Leonard does leave with the W. And Marty Patton will pitch. He can pitch to 11. So Marty Patton will come on to pitch for the Royals. Dwight Evans, the next batter. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Patton, 4-2. It's a blank. Evans, 3-7. And it's a ground out to second base, handled by White. And White again throws to first, 2 down. And now Rader. Rader is 1 for 3 with a single. He'll bat. 328 batting average. He stays out there. Pitch from Patton. 2-5 against the lefty. It's a blank. Rader, 4-3. Ground out to short. This time handled by Washington. Washington tosses it over. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Marty Patton. 8-2 Royals after 8. We go to the 9th. Drago will pitch. This is 1980, not 2026, where a pitcher is tired after only throws 1 pitch. Hal McRae leads off for the Royals. He's 1 for 4 with a double, a big double. 8-2 in favor of the Royals. Drago, 5-1. That's at the park. Fenway Park, 3-6, and that's a double into right field. McRae is going to get another double. And he's going to wind up at second again. And now here's Brett. Brett is 3 for 4, 3 singles. McRae on at second. And Drago will pitch. Drago, 6-5 against the lefty. Walk. And that's ball 4. He walked Brett. Red Sox pitching not really doing the job tonight. A walk by Drago. He had 37 of them in 80. And now the batter is Porter. David Vega joins us here at Fenway Park, although a little late. Missed all the action. Porter 2 for 4 with 2 singles. McCray on at second, Brett on at first. It's 8-2 in favor of the Royals. Drago trying to limit the damage here. Drago, 6-8. Range play at the park. Fenway Park, 8-6. And 8-6 and against the lefty. That's a fly ball. That's going to be a fly ball. That's a fly ball to right field. Fly ball to right field. It's a range play for Evans. Evans's range is a 4, and he will get it. Nice play by Evans. It's going to be out number 1. Will McCray take third? 1-2, and he advances. If he 2-7, he will. McCray will take third on the fly to right, and McCray will go to third. Will go to third base. Brett stays where he is, and that is out number 1. High fly ball, but Evans makes a great play out there. Here's Akins. Akins 2 for 4, a double and a bomb. 2 for 3, a double and a bomb, and he walked. Runner and still a double play, and it's a double play. 8-2. Drago will deal. Drago 2-3 walk. That's ball 4. He walked him. So Drago now walks Akins, and now the bases are loaded for John Watson. Watson is 0 for 3 with a walk. The infield's going to play in and try to turn 2. So the infield in chart is ready to go. So Brett, McCray on at third, Brett on at second, Akins on at first. 1 out, top of the 9th, 8-2 Royals. Drago sets up and deals. Drago, 6-7, strikeout, no. Watson, 5-3, and it's a fly ball to center field. That'll be out number 2. That is a 4. Watson's sacrifice fly rating is a 3. So it's not going to be automatic. So does McCray come home on his own? That is a 1-2, and he will advance. If he's a 2-7, he is. 2-7 if he is. McCray is a 5. He will come home, and it's going to be 9-2 Royals. Brett does stay at second base. So Watson does get an extra run in there. And now 9-2 in favor of Kansas City. On a sacrifice fly, that'll bring in a run. That gets him an RBI. And now the batter is Hurdle with 2 outs. Hurdle is 1 for 4 with a double. Drago will stay on the mound. Royals lead 9-2. Drago will go ahead and he will deal. Drago, 1-1, blank. Hurdle, 6-2. And against a righty, it's going to be a fly ball to left. And Yaz will go ahead and get there. And he'll make the catch and retire the side. 1 run on only 1 hit, a couple of walks, and a sacrifice fly. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Marty Patton's going to stay on the mound. At least I think he will. We go to the bottom of the 9th, although they got 2 lefties and a righty coming up. Let me look at the Royal lefties. And they've got Gary Christensen. No, I think he'll let Patton pitch. Patton's going to stay out there. And leading off for the Red Sox is Jerry Remy. Remy is 2 for 3, 2 singles and a walk. Remy actually does much better against right-handed pitching. Maybe I got to think about that. You know what? Patton is going to come out. And the Royals are going to go to the bullpen. They only got 1 lefty in the bullpen for the game. And it's going to be Gary Christensen, and he's going to come on to pitch. 3 wins, no losses, a save, a 5.17 ERA. He does have a 6-run buffer to work with. So Gary Christensen will pitch for Kansas City. Patton does get credit for a hold. He did not give up an out in anything in the 8th. So Remy will bat against Christensen, lefty on lefty. Remy will bat though. With a .313 batting average, he'll bat. Christensen will deal. Christensen, 1-1 walk, and that's too high. Remy, 6-5, and that's why you do this. 6-5 against the lefty. That's a ground out to second base. That'll be handled by White, and the throw goes to first for out number 1. Remy only batted against 29 times against left-handed pitching. Next time, maybe I should look at that, and maybe I should have brought in a different batter anyway. Here's Burleson. Burleson is 0 for 4. This is a good thing that Chris gave us. That's something I should have looked at. He only batted 29 times against lefties. I should have yanked him. Christensen will pitch to Burleson. Christensen will deal. Christensen, 4-2. Range play 12. That's a 6. It's a range play. Burleson, 1-2. That's a ground ball to third. That ball is hit to Brett. Brett's range is a 6. That's a 3. Brett's got it. He'll pick it up and throw it on. And that's out number 2. And the last chance for the Red Sox is Carl Yastrzemski. Yaz is 1 for 4 with a double. And I don't think they would pinch. Would they pinch hit for Yaz? He only batted 62 times against lefties. I don't think it pinch hit for Yaz. He had 364 at bats. Would you pinch hit for him? You're down by 7 runs, though. Does it really matter? You know what? I'm gonna say no. And I agree with David Vega. I'm gonna say no. Christensen will pitch. Christensen, 3-1. Range play 12. That's a 9. It's a range play. Yaz, 8-6. And that's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Washington. Washington's range is a 5, and he's got it. Washington picks it up, takes his time, pumps once, pumps twice, throws to first. That's your game. The Royals will blow the Red Sox out tonight, 9-2. Stadium groans. So that's a victory for the Royals tonight as they'll beat the Red Sox. The Royals will go to 17-8, and the Red Sox will drop to 10-15. Final line score coming up. For the Royals, 9 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. For the Red Sox, 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. The winning pitcher is Denny Leonard. He'll get the win. Bob Stanley will take the loss. Both Marty Patton and Gary Christensen will pick up a hold. So that's your victory tonight between the Red Sox and the Royals. The Royals will get the win, but we're not done. Don't go away. 10-minute ticker is next. I guess this game does show how good the Royals actually were. You know, in 1980, they were a good team. In 1980, they were good. They were a good team in 1980. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, powered by FastScore Baseball. So it'll be a 9-2 victory for the Royals over Boston. Let's see how the rest of the majors does tonight. May 9th, Detroit to California. Tigers 20-56. That's 8. Angels 13-42, and that's 5. Baltimore at Milwaukee. Orioles 15-55, that's 7. Milwaukee 9-22, and that's 2. Minnesota at the Yankees. Twins 4-31, 2 runs. Yankees 14-55, 7 runs. Win for the Yanks. Cleveland at Seattle. Indians 9-36, 4 runs. Mariners 12-13, and that is 1 run, a win for the Tribe. White Sox and the Rangers. White Sox 326, and that's 2. Rangers 962, and that is 7. A win for Texas. Astros and the Braves. Astros 931, that's 3 runs. Atlanta 432, that's also 3 runs. And they're going to go to extras. I am rolling all 4 dice. I'm just reading the big ones. Astros roll a 2, plus 2 is 4. Braves roll a 1, plus 1 is 2. And that will be a win for the Astros. Giants and the Cubs. Giants 10-45, that's 5. Cubs 145, and that's 3. A win for the G-Men. Phillies and the Reds. Phillies 11-45, and that's 5. Reds 18-43, that's 6. That game belongs to the Reds. Mets and the Expos. Can my Mets get a win? Mets 261, and that's 5. Expos 10-43, and that's 5. They just got it going into extras. Both teams roll a 1. Mets is a -1. Montreal's a 0, and the Expos will win it in the extra innings. Pirates and the Padres. Pirates 835, and it's 4. Padres 334, and that is 3. And the Bucks raise the Jolly Roger. Dodgers and the Cardinals. Dodgers 14-31, 4 runs. Cardinals 18-16, 3 runs. And the Dodgers get the win. May 10th, Kansas City at Boston. Royals 15-56, 7 runs. Boston 16-22, 3 runs. Another win for the Royals. Tigers at the Angels. Tigers 16-65, and that's 10. Angels 8-13, and that is 1. The Tigers are rolling a little better now. Baltimore at Milwaukee. Orioles 13-16, that's 2. Brewers 9-35, that's 4. Win for the Brew Crew. Minnesota and the Yankees. Twins 4-53, and that's 5. Yankees 13-51, and that's 6. Another win for the Bronx Bombers. Toronto at Oakland. Blue Jays 364 and 6. Athletics 652, and that's 5. A win for the Bluebirds. Cleveland and the Mariners. Indians 22-54, and that is 8. Mariners 7-24, and that's 2. Another win for the Tribe. White Sox and the Rangers. White Sox 4-35, that is 3. Rangers 13-52, that is 6. Win for the Lone Stars. Astros and the Braves. Astros 9-15, that's 2. Braves -133. Going to extras. Both teams roll a 3. Houston +2. Atlanta +1. That will be a win for the Stros. Giants and the Cubs. Giants 9-64. That's 8. Cubs 9-45. That is 5. That's a win for the Giants. Phillies and the Reds. Carlton versus Seaver. That would be a great pitching matchup. Hopefully, I might have a chance to get that one on the board. 10-64, that is 8. Reds 152, and that is 4. That will be a win for the Phillies. Mets and the Expos. Can my Mets get a win? Mets 12-16, and that's 2. Expos 11-41, and that is 4. And my Mets suck. Pittsburgh has the Padres. Pirates 11-44, and that is 5. Padres 5-36, and that is 3. It's a win for the Bucks. My Mets actually in 80 were pretty bad. Dodgers and the Cardinals. Dodgers 8-16, that's 2. Cardinals 10-23, that's 3. The Cardinals will get the win. May 11th, Kansas City at Boston. Royals 17-22, that's 3. Red Sox 11-25, that is also 3, and they got to go to extras. Both teams roll a 4. Kansas City +1, Boston +1. It's a tie, which means the Red Sox will get it by virtue of home field, so they don't get swept tonight. Tigers and the Angels. Tigers 14-62, and that's 8. Angels 10-51, and that is 5. The Tigers sweep tonight. Baltimore at Milwaukee. Orioles 14-32, and that is 4. Brewers 12-54, and that is 6. A win for the Brew Crew. Twins and the Yanks. Twins 4-16, that's 1. Yankees 19-65, that is 10. Win for the Yanks. Toronto at Oakland. Blue Jays -365, that is 6. Athletics 15-46, that is 6. And they're going to extras as well. Toronto rolls a 3, +1 is 4. Oakland rolls a 2, -1 is 1. And the Blue Jays will get the win. Cleveland at Seattle. Indians 17-31, that is 4. Mariners 7-61, that is 6. A win for the M's. White Sox and the Rangers. White Sox 6-56, that is 6. Rangers 21-54, that is 8. It's a win for the Rangers. Astros and the Braves. Astros 4-32, 3 runs. Braves 7-45, 4 runs. A win for the Bravos. Giants and the Cubs. Giants 9-33, that's 3. Cubs 4-23, that is 2. G-Men will win. Phillies and the Reds. Phillies 15-54, and that's 7. Reds 9-15, that is 2. Another win for the Fightin' Phils. Pirates and the Padres. Pirates 9-21, 2 runs. Padres 7-36, 4 runs. Friars win. Dodgers and the Cardinals. Dodgers 10-25, that's 3. Cardinals 14-62, and that's 8. That's a win for the Redbirds. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow will be May 12th. We will be at Memorial Stadium. The Texas Rangers will take on the Baltimore Orioles. John Matlack for the Rangers, Dave Ford for the Orioles at Memorial Stadium tomorrow night. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. The Kansas City Royals blow up the Boston Red Sox tonight, 9-2. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.